So we're going to have a look at the rear, disassembling the rear base plate of the jump seat in the wagon. Now, unfortunately on my restoration, after a few months of being in service, I noticed that these portions are lifting up and they've actually sort of fracturing. You can hear them flexing as they come up and you can see how it doesn't sit flush. Now, I'm not sure if I don't have that realigned correctly. It's very unsettling noise as they interfere there. So this is the portion underneath. So we're going to have a look how to disassemble this portion if you ever need to actually have a similar task yourself. The rear bench in my restoration, these lateral areas here have started to break off strangely. I don't quite know why that's happened. Whether the wood just gets old and it's a frequent problem, I do not know. Now this is a donor bench that I've got, so I thought I'd just check out how the segments are secured, because I'm going to need to replace this wooden piece under here or make something else up. So just out of interest, the 4 buttons unscrew there. Putting the gun a bit here, but when you can see these things upside down, the easiest way to get this off is just with a paint stripper. This stuff's actually quite thick, so you can just get it under, you work your way around the edges, and then ultimately you can start to lift this stuff up, and that will reveal the screws. So that does come off in one piece. You should be able to reuse it after a good thorough cleaning. Similarly on this lower portion, it's the same method to get that off. Just use a paint stripper, I found, to lift that off. It peels back. It doesn't tear, which is good. And you can see there's a bunch of Phillips screws in here. You can see everywhere. This is the little handle bit that you lift it with. But you can see, I imagine they secure the wooden base on. And once that comes off, you have the cushion off the frame. So on the contrary, here is the folding piece, and you can see there's this sort of wooden cover. This one's still stuck on there. It's just a very thin bit of wood. It's one of the few times wood's used in these cars. Over that are the 2-sided latches. Now I'll show you the other side because I haven't peeled that one fully back yet, although I can do. That simply peels off, not a major drama or difficulty. And you can see here, there's 2 large Phillips for each big hinge, and then there's these 2 little ones for that piece that sticks it to the vertical. So if I take them off, I'll be able to get this wooden piece off, and then I can think about how I'm going to replace my portion. So if we take these off, and one more. Alright, let's do this one. Now, I actually need to take these off. Just pause. Let's take these off. Is it going to slide out or? Not yet. Okay, let's get this one off. Now that should, in theory, come off. So there we go. There's the bit of mine which is snapped, and I can see this is not the snapped car, but you can see the hinges are connected there. Double hinge. I'll probably keep that on mine. But this is the area that it snaps, I presume, on my wagon. So that's only thin wood. It is surprising, I suppose, it doesn't happen more often. I can either use this piece or I can maybe create a piece myself. So on the outer edges of the lower frame are the grooves for the little torsion spring which is attached to the car frame. There's no metal reinforcement of this, which is why it sort of wears. Now I hope that video has been of help in case you need to recover your seat.